Out here on the back roads, in places with names like New Corn Hill, Westphalia, Praha, and Cranfill's Gap, you will find some of the most unique and unusual churches in the state. Maybe you've seen a few of these spiritual monuments, but you have never seen them like you will through the eyes and lenses of 5 amateur photographers who are documenting the history and culture of Texas through her churches.
You're looking for a sense of place.
Churches are museums because they reflect the culture of the people that built them.
I like to just sit down and imagine what it was like 100 years ago.
When we get to a place, we just kind of all sit around and let the muse happen.
They are 5 men with a passion for pictures. Photographers not by trade, but by obsession. A student and a retiree and 3 everyday 9-to-5ers. It was Mike Castles who first bought a century-old camera to photograph century-old churches. Soon, Mike's enthusiasm developed within Lee Carmichael, David Brown, Matt Magruder, and Jeremy Moore. That's when this unlikely group of shutterbugs set out to capturing on film the detailed and diverse spirituality of Texas.
Churches represent, like, they were just a place of community. Like, people would come, and it was the place that everybody came. And I mean, you went to church every week, and it was always one of the first buildings that was built in a community, was always the church. And so it's just this, I think the humanity has a lot more to do with it than the actual fact that it's a religion. It just happens to be based around a religious structure.
It was a cultural thing. It was strictly to give them a little piece of home. I mean, this church we're in, these windows are they're not in English. And the chances are there were services in here in the language, probably within memory of some of the people that still go here. And a lot of these churches that have cemeteries around them, you go out and you read the tombstones, and tombstones are going to be in Czech or Polish or Norwegian or German or what have you.
And they're the same names that you find sitting in these pews on Sunday morning.
Yes, it's the same families that live in the area that are on those tombstones and that are in these windows, exactly.
It's photography the way it used to be. No lights, no electronics, just negatives the size of a Big Chief tablet and an eye for capturing a moment in time. And when the final print is made, it dares you to guess when that moment met the emulsion, yesterday or 10,000 yesterdays past.
You rub your hand across a pew and go, how many other people have come by and done that? How many people have touched this spot? Those people have come and gone.
I have to admit, when I saw you a minute ago and you were shooting that door over there, I wondered, what in the world's he taking a picture of?
Most people, they'll look over there, and when they first look at it, they'll see a door. But when I look at it, not only is there the 3 bells in the upper corner, it's something that when you see it separated from all of the rest of this, just majesty, that it's really a beautiful vignette of what's going on. It's one of those photographs that I'll see something and I just have to stop and make a picture.
Make no mistake, their techniques are as pure as their passion. And in this world of single frames, fixed focal lengths, and chemical developing, digital is a dirty word.
I'm the oldest guy here, and I just kind of have not taken up with it. I look at it as the devil's work.
You wouldn't want to bring the devil's work.
No, you certainly wouldn't want to do that, no sir.
The whole craft part of it, I think, is what drives me the most, is the fact that a lot of times things don't go right, but the few times that they do and I get a print that works, the reason that it worked is because my hands did it correctly.
Do you talk to your camera?
Oh yeah, and I try to get it to talk back to me. I actually ask it, what do I need to do next? Is this the right place to stand? Because that camera has to see with me and not through me. I can't make the camera see and it can't make me see. But together we seem to be able to see real well.
Okay, guys, tell me what you think.
Well, I think I have the winner right here.
It's that.
It's only after weeks of shooting and hours in the darkroom when it's revealed if the images captured in the camera are a true reflection of what was seen by the photographer's eyes.
Okay, I think if we put the mat down right here on the edge, and then we cut the mat deeper.
With a lot of talent and a little luck, this group has preserved for the ages the solemn moments and quiet corners of the buildings that were, and often still are, the centerpiece of a settlement and a definitive factor in human history.
These churches are important to a lot of people in this state, and a lot of them are disappearing. And so I think it stands for something, and I think that feels good as an artist, and just as a human being, it feels good to be a part of something that does that, even if it's a small statement. It's still making a statement. So.
No, they are not the picture-perfect images of a slick brochure. They are art, the embodiment of a feeling, the evidence of experience. Critics might miss a smiling face in the frame, but renowned landscape photographer Ansel Adams once proclaimed, "There are always two people in any photo, the photographer and the viewer."
Even though no actual human beings in our images, there's always a certain feeling of that, I guess. There's always a certain sense of that people were there or are there or continue to be there, or maybe they were there at one point in time and they have left. That presence is still, I guess, felt somewhat.
Even though I'm photographing and I don't have people in my images, I want it to feel like you can just, there's a sense of just beingness, or a sense of just this place.
It marks passages in people's life. It's where their children are baptized, it's where they get married, it's where they come for the last time before they go to their graves. I just think it really, it broadens my outlook on the world. I don't know if film has a soul, but I think it probably has a better afterlife. That are older, and slides at home that my dad made that are older than I am. And these black and white negatives that we make, as long as they're stored properly, will be around when we're all dead.
It's not modern, it's not fancy, but Mike Castles, Lee Carmichael, David Brown, Matt Magruder, and Jeremy Moore are filled with the spirit of their mission to preserve yesterday's Texas today before it's lost to tomorrow. History hidden in plain sight.
There's just, I could photograph my entire life in one church and never take every image that was there. And so the task of trying to photograph and get a collection of Texas churches is just almost overwhelming, but we're trying to do our best.